Hello, welcome students. Today we are going to discuss methods of integration type 3, where we have discussed in the session 2 regarding methods of integration, evaluation by substitution, evaluation by bypass. Now today we are going to discuss method of integration using partial fractions. Okay, if you see here, integrals of the type f of x by g of x. If degree of f of x greater than or equal to degree of g of x, what we need to do? We need to divide numerator by denominator and write in the form f of x by g of x is equal to quotient plus remainder by divisor. Yes, if the quotient is of the form h of x by g of x and degree of h of x less than degree of g of x, then we need to use partial fractions. Then we use the partial fractions. Means we are trying to write this rational expression f of x by g of x, where g of x not equal to 0 in terms of partial fractions. Because as we cannot evaluate directly this rational expression, we are going to break it into some fractions partially. Partially. Like here, you see the model one or method one, where the degree of denominator contains non-repeated linear factors. That is, like g of x is equal to, you notice like some x minus alpha 1, x minus alpha 2, so on x minus alpha n. Suppose you confine to only x minus alpha 3, right? Then this h of x by g of x can be written like a by x minus alpha 1, b by x minus alpha 2, plus c by x minus alpha 3. I'm going to evaluate, means by breaking this rational expression into three fractions, because it contains, if I suppose say it has three linear factors which are not repeated, then I will break into three partial fractions. Then I will integrate them separately. This is the model one, which we are going to discuss now. Let us do one problem based on this. Yes, let us start working on this problem, where you see integral of 2x minus 1 by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. See, if you evaluate directly, this become difficult, or it will become difficult, where we cannot evaluate also sometimes. Okay, so we will take the help of the partial fractions here. If you see, it is like model one, where we discuss it like, yes, denominator consists of non-repeated linear factors. So what I need to do, take only this rational expression 2x minus 1 by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. First, I want to simplify this. Then I will integrate accordingly. So I'm going to write like a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2 plus c by x minus 3. I'm breaking into three partial fractions. Yes. What will be the next step? Yes. Take the LCM here. LHS will remain as it is. So this will be a into x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x minus 2 by the denominator x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3. If we notice denominators are equal on both sides, let us equate the numerators quickly. So this is 2x minus 1 is equal to, yes, a into x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Right. How to evaluate? How to find the value? Now my intention is to find the values of A, B, and C. Then only I can able to integrate them conveniently. Yes, that is the reason why we took the LCM. We started the process. Yes, as the denominators are the same, We equated the numerators. Now we need to find out the values of capital A, capital B, and capital C. How to find out? Yes, easily we can find. Easily we can find by substituting here x is equal to say 1. What happens? Let us see on both sides. If x is equal to 1, this will become 2 into 1 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So this will become a into 1 minus 2 into 1 minus 3. This will become 0. This will become 0. 1 minus 1 into b, 0. 1 minus 1 into c, 0. Yes, let us find the value of a from here. So this is minus 1, minus 2. Minus 1 into minus 2 is 2. 2a is equal to 1, or I can say a is equal to 1 by 2. A is equal to 1 by 2. Now substitute x is equal to 2. Put x is equal to 2. What happens here? Yes. Now a will get eliminated and c will get eliminated. So this is 2 into 2 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. This is equal to, yes, b into 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 3. This is 1 into minus 1 or minus b is equal to 3 implies b is equal to minus 1 by 3. Right. Put x is equal to 3. Then a will be eliminated, b will be eliminated. Now coming to the LHS, 2 into 3 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. This is c into 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is 2c. 2c is equal to 5 or c is equal to 5 by 2. C is equal to 5 by 2. After finding the values of A, B, and C, substitute. Substitute in 1. Substitute in 1. Let us see what happens. Yes. This is equal to integral of. Yes. I'm trying to integrate also simultaneously. A is nothing but 1 by 2. 1 by 2 by x minus 1 dx plus b is nothing but minus 1 by 3 by x minus 2 dx. C is nothing but 5 by 2 by x minus 3 dx. Yes. Now 1 by 2 is the constant. Write it outside. So if you write here 1 by 2 into integral of 1 by x minus 1 is log mod x minus 1. Minus 1 by 3 is the constant. Write it outside. Integral of 1 by x minus 2 is log mod of x minus 2. 5 by 2 is the constant. Write it outside. Integral of 1 by x minus 3 is log mod of x minus 3 plus c. This is the solution for this question. Yes. Now we are going to concentrate on the method 2. When the denominator contains repeated linear factors. When the denominator contains repeated linear factors. Like if we notice denominator is g of x, like x minus alpha 1 into x minus alpha 2 whole square. X minus alpha 2 is repeated twice here. Even x minus alpha 3 whole square, it is also repeated twice. Then how to write in terms of partial fractions? Write like this, a by x minus alpha 1 as it is because it is repeated only once. Then b by x minus alpha 2 plus c by x minus alpha 2 whole square. C by x minus alpha 2 whole square. Like d by x minus alpha 3 plus e by x minus alpha 3 whole square. In this way, we need to write in terms of partial fractions. Let us solve working a problem based on this method 2. Excuse me. Here, we are asked to evaluate integral of 3x plus 1 by x minus 1 whole square into x plus 3 dx. How to evaluate this? Yes, this looks like method 2 problem. So immediately write like this: 3x plus 1 by x minus 1 whole square into x plus 3 is equal to a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 whole square plus c by x plus 3. In this way, we need to write in terms of partial fractions. Then, yes, take the LCM. So 3x plus 1 is equal to, yes, this is a into x minus 1 into x plus 3 plus b into x plus 3 plus c into x minus 1 whole square. By denominator remain the same. As the denominator is equal on both sides, equate the numerators. So this is 3x plus 1 is equal to a into x minus 1 into x plus 3 plus b into x plus 3 plus c into x minus 1 whole square. Now here also we need to find the values of capital A, capital B and capital C. Fine. How to find those values? Observe, put x is equal to, initially put x is equal to minus 3. Let us see what happens. LHS 3 into minus 3 minus 9. Minus 9 plus 1 is minus 8. So here a into minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. Here minus 3 plus 3. Yes, this becomes 0. Fine. Now plus b into minus 3 plus 3. This also becomes 0. Plus c into minus 3 minus 1 whole square. C into minus 3 minus 1 whole square. So what do you notice? This becomes 0. This becomes 0. We got finally there. Yes, minus 8 is equal to plus 16 into c. Implies, yes, c is equal to minus 1 by 2. C is equal to minus 1 by 2. Right. Let us put x is equal to 1. What happens? Put x is equal to 1. Yes. Implies this is 3 plus 1, 4. I can write directly. Here A will get eliminated. C will get eliminated. You are left with B into 1 plus 3. Or 4B is equal to 4. B is equal to 1. B is equal to 1. Now, yes, we substituted the values which will get eliminated in the given equation. Right? When I substituted minus 3, A got eliminated, B got eliminated, I got the value of C directly. Likewise, if I substitute x is equal to 1, yes, A and C got eliminated, I got the value of B. Right. Then how to find the value of A? Yes, substitution. Let us go substituting easy values like put x is equal to 0. Put x is equal to 0. Let us see what happens. So this will become 1. 1 is equal to, this is a into 0 minus 1. Minus 1. 0 plus 3. 3. This is b into 0 plus 3. 3. This is c into 0 minus 1 whole square. So obviously 1. As you know the values of B and C, substitute here and find the value of A. This is 1 is equal to minus 3A plus 3B. 3 into B value is 1 plus C into 1. C value is minus 1 by 2. So you can write here minus 1 by 2. So from this we can say the value of, right, here if you simplify, see, observe carefully what you are going to get. I'm writing in this corner, this is minus 3a. This is 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1, 5 by 2 is equal to 1. So you'll be getting here a is equal to 1 by 2. Here you'll be getting a as 1 by 2. Fine. Substituting the values of a, b, and c in 1, we get the final answer. Substituting the values of a, b, and c in 1, you get the final answer. Let us substitute quickly. Right. The value of a is 1 by 2 and the values of b and c are 1 and minus 1 by 2. Substituting in 1. So what happens? This will become, yes, you can write the integral also here itself. 1 by 2 and separating x minus 1, b is 1 by x minus 1 whole square plus c is minus 1 by 2 by x plus 3. You can write the integral also. Fine. Yes, this is dx. Right. If we write the constant outside, integral of 1 by x minus 1 is log mod of x minus 1. Then what about 1 by x minus 1 whole square? Yes, it is nothing but x minus 1 whole power minus 2. X minus 1 whole power minus 2. Integral of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. That is for derivatives. No confusion there. Integral of x power n is, yes, x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Fine. So what happens here? X minus 1 whole power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1. Yes. By here, observe carefully. Here x coefficient is 1. Here also x coefficient is 1. So I'm not writing in the denominator in specific because integral of ax plus b is, yes, ax plus b whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1 into 1 by a. Into 1 by a, right? So here it is minus 1 by 2 into log mod of x plus 3 plus c. If we write one more step here, so what happens? Observe carefully, you can take here 1 by 2 common also. If you take 1 by 2 common, you will be left here log mod of x minus 1 by x plus 3. Log m minus log n. Yes, here this is minus. So minus of 1 by x minus 1. X minus 1 whole power minus 1 can be written as 1 by x minus 1 plus c. This is our final answer. So in this way, we can solve the method 2 problems where you notice in the denominator repeated linear factors. Yes. Now, concentrating on the method 3. Here, method 3, when the denominator has non-repeated quadratic factor. Denominator has non-repeated quadratic factor which cannot be factorized. Means if you see g of x as, this is the quadratic. It cannot be factorized. It cannot be factorized. And it also contains, yes, 1 or 2, yes, non-repeated linear factors. Then how to write h of x by g of x? We will write in this form. Like, yes, ax plus b by that quadratic where we cannot factorize. Means always remember like the one which you are going to write in the numerator, the degree will be less than the degree of the denominator. That also you can remember. Fine. So the other two are like c by x minus alpha 1, d by x minus alpha 2. Right. Let us proceed to solve such problems related to method 3. If you see here, yes, the given integral is x power 4 by x minus 1 into x squared plus 1. The denominator has a quadratic where we cannot factorize. Yes, we can directly write in terms of partial fractions like this, and we can evaluate. Before evaluating or writing in terms of partial fractions, let us do some simplification where it is possible. Yes, in this problem, it is possible. So what is the simplification that can be done or the manipulation? Observe carefully. If I add 1 and subtract 1, let us see what happens. I'm adding, okay, I'm subtracting 1 and adding 1, balancing. Denominator x minus 1 into x squared plus 1 dx. Now treat this as one term. It looks like, yes, yes, observe carefully. X power 4 minus 1 is x square whole square minus 1 whole square. So which can be further written as x square plus 1 into x square minus 1. That is what I'm trying to do now. Yes, this is x square plus 1 into x square minus 1 plus 1 by denominator x minus 1 into x square plus 1. Right. Now, yes, split this into dx. Now split this. First of all, do the bifurcation, then split. So x square plus 1 into x square minus 1 by, yes, x minus 1 into x square plus 1 plus 1 by x minus 1 into x square plus 1 whole dx. Yes, here this and this will get cancelled. You will be left with x square minus 1 in the numerator. Again, this can be simplified like x plus 1 into x minus 1 by x minus 1 plus 1 by x minus 1 into x square plus 1 whole dx. See, this and this will get cancelled. So you are left with integral of, now separate x plus 1 dx plus integral of 1 by x minus 1 into x square plus 1 dx. Integral of x plus 1. This also you can separate. Or else you can directly apply the integral also. Integral of x is x squared by 2. Integral of 1 is x. So what happens here? X squared by 2 plus x plus some constant c1 and say this as some integral I1. Some integral I1. Let us evaluate I1 separately. I1 separately, if you say this given integral as I, and let it be 1. Now let us try to evaluate I1 separately. What is I1? Integral of 1 by x minus 1 into x squared plus 2 dx. X minus 1 into x squared plus 2 dx. How to evaluate this? Doesn't it look like method 3, where the denominator, this is x squared plus 1, where denominator is a quadratic which cannot be factorized, isn't it? Yes. Now I'm going to write 1 by x minus 1 into x squared plus 1 as, yes, a by x minus 1 plus bx plus c by x squared plus 1. Bx plus c by x squared plus 1. Now take the LCM. Let us see what happens if you take the LCM here. 1 by x minus 1 into x squared plus 1. LHS will remain as it is. Just cross multiply a into x squared plus 1 plus bx plus c into x minus 1. Denominator as it is. X minus 1 into x squared plus 1. If you further simplify, like how to simplify here, our intention is to find out the values of A, B, and C. A, B, and C. How to find the values of A, B, and C here? Let us try to work out. Yes. Now let us simplify these steps. What happens? The denominator is equal. Let us equate the numerators. So this is 1 is equal to a into x squared plus 1 plus bx plus c into x minus 1. Let us find the values of a, b, and c. Yes, put x is equal to 1. What happens? Tell me. If x is equal to 1, this part will become 0. So 1 is equal to a into, or I can write directly 2a. 1 plus 1 is 2. So from this, a is equal to 1 by 2. Now how to find the values of b and c? Yes, we can go for substituting x is equal to 0 or equate the coefficients of x squared term or x squared or x term. Yes, let us go substituting x is equal to 0. What happens? If we substitute x is equal to 0, if we substitute x is equal to 0 here, yes, I'm going to get the equation like this. This is 1 is equal to a. This is 0. A plus 0 plus c into 0 minus 1. Or I'm getting here a minus c is equal to 1. A minus c is equal to 1. Right. Now, already we got the a value as 1 by 2. So from this, yes, c is equal to a minus 1 or 1 by 2 minus 1. You are getting minus 1 by 2. C value as minus 1 by 2. Now, how to find the value of b then? Put x is equal to minus 1. Put x is equal to minus 1. Let us see what happens. This is 1 is equal to least values we are trying to substitute. In the previous problems where there is a possibility to substitute 1, 2, and 3, then we got the values of a, b, and c conveniently. When there is no such possibilities, the first option is equating the coefficients of like terms on both sides, or else substituting the values like this, where we can stop. Yes, here only one possibility is there, substituting x is equal to 1. The other possibility is trying with the least values like 0, minus 1. Anything of your choice. Fine. So 1 is equal to, this is a into minus 1 whole square plus 1. This is 2a and this will become plus b into minus 1, or else b minus c into, yes, minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 1 is minus 2. If you simplify this, you get the value. Okay. Now, as you know, the value of a as 1 by 2, c as minus 1 by 2, substitute here, implies 1 is equal to 2 into 1 by 2 plus b minus of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into minus 2. Here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Here 1 also get eliminated. If you simplify here, b will be getting as 1 by 2. B also you get as 1 by 2. Right. Now I got the values of a, b, and c. Yes. What is the integral I1? Integral I1 is, yes, a by x minus 1 plus bx plus c by x squared plus 1, isn't it? So substitute the values of a, b, c here. So this will be integral of what is a 1 by 2 by x minus 1 dx. This is b is minus 1 by 2. I think b is minus 1 by 2 here. So check once. So minus 1 by 2x minus 1 by 2 by x squared plus 1 integral dx. Right. So here, if we write 1 by 2 outside, this will become, yes, 1 by x minus 1. Integral will be log mod x minus 1. Here, if you take minus 1 by 2 common, you will be left here x plus 1 by x squared plus 1 dx. If I take minus 1 by 2 common, writing outside, you will be left with x plus 1 in the numerator and x squared plus 1 in the denominator. Right. After finding the value of I1, you need to substitute in this equation 1. Then how to evaluate this integral? How to evaluate this integral? Yes. If you say this as I2, yes, let us proceed. Evaluate. Yes, I2, or else you can directly evaluate. Okay, fine. Observe carefully. This is 1 by 2 log mod of x minus 1. 1 by 2 log mod of x minus 1. 1 by 2 log mod of x minus 1 minus 1 by 2. Here, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to do like this, 1 by 2 into, I'm trying to split like this, x by x squared plus 1 plus integral of 1 by x squared plus 1 dx. Yes, I'm splitting here. I'm splitting this integral. So what I'm trying to do, observe carefully. This is 1 by 2 log mod x minus 1 minus 1 by 2, multiplying and dividing with 2 here. This is 1 by 2 integral of 2x by x squared plus 1 dx. So this is nothing but integral of 1 by 1 plus x squared is tan inverse x. Tan inverse x plus c. Fine. Denominator derivative is in the numerator. You can go for substitution, or else we have the formula integral of f dash x by f of x dx is given as log mod of f of x plus c. Log mod of f of x plus c. So what happens? This is 1 by 2 log mod x minus 1. 1 by 2 log mod x minus 1. This will become minus 1 by 4 log mod x square plus 1. Log mod x square plus 1 minus 1 by 2 tan inverse x plus, say some constant rather than c, c1. Here it is c1, c2. C2. This is the value of I1. Substitute this value of I1 in equation 1. You get the final answer. Put in 1. Put in 1. So what happens here? Yes, I is equal to x square by 2 plus x plus, yes, this is half log mod of x minus 1 minus 1 by 4 log mod x square plus 1 minus 1 by 2 tan inverse x. C1 plus C2 constants we can combine and we can write it as capital C. We can write it as capital C. This is the solution for this problem. In this way, we can evaluate very easily. Yes, sir. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.